Hi, I'm Robert Patrick. I'll be reading from my own novel, Temple Slave, published in 1990 for This Way Out's Global Queer Read-In. I'm reading from this book because it tells what it was like to be at the Cafe Chino, the first off-Broadway theater and the first gay theater in the 1960s, where and when dramatic art found its way out of the closets of conventional form and content. Even though the book turned out to be equally as much about what it was like in the 1980s, no longer to be there and then. I'm reading from Part 2, The Family of Friends, Chapter 58, pages 166 through 168. The writer, an underground playwright, addresses an estranged friend, Clint, who has become famous. God, Clint, you're about to enter this story. Do you suffer from stage fright? Page fright? If I continue, I'll be righting wrongs you already know. But I have more glossy new prism notebooks glaring on my left than broken filled ones coiled on my right. If one shoves colors through enough prisms, do they recombine into white? Shall I tell the tale you know so well? Oh well, at least you'll be getting it from a novel angle, which, as I vividly recall, was once your wont. Novel angle. From contemplating my navel, I'm now contemplating a novel. It might be fun to do a novel. Just think, no actors or directors to educate, no boyfriends or stage blood to wipe up, no sets to build, no costume or props, and whatever you forge on paper actually occurs. The earth cracked and hatched out a colossal flamingo. Hermaphrodites on zebras charged the Taj Mahal. That exquisite monument took one look and shot into the stratosphere. Hamlet said, "Oh, to hell with primitive vengeance. I'll keep an eye on Claudius so he doesn't knock off anyone else, and when he kicks, I'll rule over a true, just kingdom. Hey, Ophelia, want to go to a movie?" What power! One would feel not unlike a later Caesar. Hell yes, let's make it a novel. But first, the royal we must proclaim an imperial pageant, a parade of all prior poets, so that we may exact from amongst their ranks a title for this wave of prose, this title wave. Bugles, banners, glockenspiels, form ranks. March, you literary lions. Winner gets a literary Christian. To one who has been long in city pent, it seems like happiness is just a thing called Joe. He is dead and gone, ladies. He is dead and gone. I love to tell the story. Poetry is emotion recollected in tranquility. Yesterday, this day's madness did prepare. Mine is a strange story. I will not accept your judgment that I am frivolous because I am light-hearted, nor will I concede that you are serious merely because you are grave. Help, I'm being held prisoner in a Chinese fortune cookie factory. Far from day, far from night, out of sound, out of sight, pinned down by pain and moaning for release, no man can dictate the form of another man's attempt to endure suffering. For my great sorrows, I make little songs. There were many temples in the town. Let those who revile them create such an age again. For all the history of grief, love is pure gold and time is a thief. Oh, weep for Adonais, he is dead. Because there is no light behind the curtain, with every dawn my flesh is torn again, as a god slain on his strange altar. Don't carry tales out of school. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Just a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. I love to tell the story, but I've got to tell the truth and shame the devil. The curtain of the temple was torn in half. What can you say about someone? He was some kind of a man. When people of a later age look back upon the barbarous customs and superstitions of the times that we have the unhappiness to live in, what will they say? Don't quibble, Sybil. History, as usual, will lie. But I believe that everywhere it is a question of summing up life in its essential gestures. But in imagining an erroneous order, you still found something. One is trying to hit the nail on the head, not just strike a blow. All the most incoherent advances in art have been made in the name of realism. Oh, grumble, mutter, mumble, fuck, we're lost. No human eyes have seen more daring, gross, and shocking images of the divine nature than we creatures of dust make in our own likenesses. The sleep of reason produces monsters. The desires of the heart are as crooked as corkscrews. You don't have to be an alleyway to be twisted. There is no force, however great, can stretch a thread, however fine, into a horizontal line that is absolutely straight. No one can observe the complete chaos of the universe and not believe that God is a blind idiot. Dreamless sleep is shallower. The world is a fantasy of sex and power, pity and terror, push and pull on the darkling plain. I am the heir of all the ages. I am the primitive of a new art form. I got a handful of IDs that are driving me insane. I'm writing my name 1,000 times to see which one is me. Woe is me to have seen what I have seen, see what I see. I see dead people. I saw the best minds of my generation of vipers. Let it be, let it bleed, like a virgin, like a motherless child, like the beat, beat, beat of the telltale heart of darkness at high noon. Don't let it be forgot that once there was a spot, a hell of a town. But you may be sure that the artist quarreled as well in the streets of Byzantium. So urgent on the vulgar is the necessity of believing that the fall of any system of mythology will most probably be succeeded by the introduction of some other mode of superstition. Those who do not read history are doomed to repeat it. The neurotic repeats his mistake. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Those to whom evil is done do evil in return. The history of art is characterized not only by recurring themes, but by recurrent cycles of romanticism and classicism, conquering gods their titles take, from the gods they captive make, propelled by the myth of progress, and drawn by the star of success. The saintliest theorist and crassest careerist will make the same unholy mess. You cannot step in the same river twice. We've all been sold down the river. You cannot be sold down the same river twice. Nevertheless, it still moves. But who cares for yesterday? Flowers fade, and yet time loves language and forgives. I love to tell the story. But you might as well try to catch the wind. I want to make of Impressionism something solid and lasting like the art in the museums. But how can we cherish the things of this earth which are no more than shadows of shadows? Being is a flaw in the perfection of nothingness. Sometimes I think I'm living in a dream. Every element of dream represents only another shadow of the dreamer. All is vanity. Freedom is slavery. War is peace. War is hell. Hell is other people. Other people are a mistake. I'm afraid if you expect the very worst of people, you will very seldom be disappointed. But nothing is taboo that is not at some time allowed. To everything there is a season. Even a stopped clock is right twice a day. Love is the morning and the evening star. Second star to the right and straight on till morning. This is the city of dreadful night. I came here for help because there are people here. Surely it was the sound of bells, the voice of the city calling to him, we are happy here. Send me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses. It would be too much to expect a man to stay dead in this racket. And there were many voices vying at the feast. But mostly I remember you took advantage of me. When our days were joys and our paths through flowers, then if ever come golden days, you were a king in Babylon and I was a Christian slave to ride in triumph through Persepolis. Let who will make a nation's laws, so I may make its songs. Poets are the unacknowledged legislators of the world. The theater is a temple, and we're all gods and goddesses. I am the humble handmaiden of the arts. I am an attendant lord. And I heard them say unto me, let us go into the temple of the Lord. You'll never walk alone. Climb every mountain. I am Legion. I am Spartacus. I am involved with mankind, a young man's fancy, and so dear are you. Everyone alive has absolute but temporary power over the bodies of everyone else alive. Count no man happy until he is dead. I shall but love thee better after death, good to the last drop. So lock the doors, call me yours. Let us not to the marriage of true impediments admit minds, for love consists of this, that two solitudes surround and protect one another. If love cannot swing wide the gates, no other power will or can. Let me out of here. I'm as sane as you are. Help me, Will. Help an old comrade from a ship we do not name to see the universe, to justify God's ways to man, to eyewitness great events, to cancel half a line, to accept what I cannot change, to prepare mankind for its next stage, to see eternity in a grain of sand, great treasure in a little room, fear and trembling in a handful of dust. Dust thou art for art's sake. Art is long, life is short, earnest and brutish. Nature is red in tooth and claw. Every particle of matter in the universe attracts and is attracted by every other particle with a force directly proportionate to its mass and inversely proportionate to the distance between them. Suffer little children to come unto me, children of paradise, Hitler's children, Kennedy's children, children of Hollywood. No, children was exactly what they weren't, what they had never been allowed to be. The descent into hell is easy. I'll build a stairway to paradise. Take me away, take me far, far away out of here. This world was never my home. The golden place gives short leases. The world will little note nor long remember. People kept getting better and better until finally they were like they are now. No two snowflakes were ever exactly alike. Nothing like us ever was. We've revived the dancings. See the blind beggar dance, the cripple sing. No, one was lame and could not dance the whole of the way. Not one of all the purple hosts that took the flag today can tell the definition so clear of victory as he defeated dying. Lives of great men all remind us. They number not a single living soul among their worshippers. Down their chiseled names the raindrop plows. This body dropped not down. I'm still alive. Alive, alive. Oh, I got a life, brother. Nothing remains beside round this colossal ruin. The beauty earlier there he still remembers and keeps the vain joy for a better place. But patriotism is not enough. Eternal vigilance is the price of freedom. What beast slouches toward Bethlehem to be born? To To bring deserving things down by setting undeserved things up is one of its perverted delights. Critics are like eunuchs in a harem. They see the trick done every night and know they can never do it themselves. Every battle against heresy wants only to keep the leper as he is. On the veldt, the hyenas howled, "If we don't do something pretty soon, everyone will be happy." The Assyrian swooped down like the wolf on the fold. I, who thought the splendor ours because the place was, toward it flew, armed with the sword of truth. Them as dies now is the lucky ones. You shall not see all the calamity I will bring upon this place. O lost, O Mannahatta, oh, screw it, Cookie, hand me my blue guitar. Depth is always an illusion. I sang in my chains like the sea. Oh, Pyewacket, what's the matter with me? I wake up each morning feeling like a boy, oranges and coffee. Thou hast never seen lilacs. Thou shalt see lilacs. The violet has broken through the rocks. There lives the dearest freshness deep down things. Hope weeps in me, as I suppose it should, being newborn. Look, we've made enchantment. Nothing is lost. Nothing is lost. Papa, in spite of everything, I still believe that people are basically good. So they have forgotten greatness. All the more reason to remind them of it. Take off your shoes, for you stand on lone and level sands. Listen, my children, I shall be telling this with a sigh. Of all sad words of tongue or pen, the saddest are these. Once upon a time. Thank you. I'm Robert Patrick for This Way Out Radio.